Welcome to today's Explainer. Have you ever actually stopped to think about the incredible physiological adventure happening inside your body right this very second? Today, we are exploring a truly epic journey, one that's continuous, wildly complex, and, well, absolutely vital to keeping you alive.
So let's just dive right into this by introducing our protagonist. Picture a single drop of blood. When you're just sitting at rest, it takes a mere 16 seconds for this tiny drop to make a complete full-body circuit. 16 seconds. It's a rapid-fire, high-speed roller coaster ride that literally never stops, 24/7.
And to power this 16-second sprint, your heart is doing some seriously heavy lifting. Every single day, through roughly 100,000 beats, your heart pumps a staggering 2,000 gallons of blood. To put that into perspective for you, that is enough volume to completely fill an 8 by 10-foot swimming pool. Every single day. Okay, let's get into Section 1, the Ultimate Delivery Service, Anatomy of the Heart. Before we take a ride along with our drop of blood, we need to understand the architecture of the house it starts in. It's basically a house with 4 main rooms and doors. You've got the right and left atria up top, those receive the blood, and the right and left ventricles down below, those pump it out. Notice the separating control valves, like the tricuspid and mitral valves. They act as one-way doors so the blood doesn't flow backward. Also, look at the massive difference in pressure and muscle thickness here between the right side, which just pumps gently to the nearby lungs, and the left side, which has super thick walls to blast blood through your entire body. Moving right along to Section 2, entering the right heart, the return of the drop. We are picking up our protagonist's journey as a depleted, oxygen-poor, carbon dioxide-rich drop returning home after a really long, exhausting day out in your tissues. It flows in through these massive veins called the superior and inferior vena cava. It empties directly into that first room, the right atrium, pools there for just a split second, and then, boom, the atrium contracts, the tricuspid valve drops open, and our drop falls right into the right ventricle. Next up is Section 3, the pulmonary power-up. Trading waste for fuel. Our drop is safely inside, but it's totally empty of the oxygen your body needs, so it's time for a pit stop. The right ventricle squeezes, firmly closing that tricuspid door behind it, and shoots our drop up through the pulmonary valve and out toward the lungs. See, we operate on this brilliant 2-loop system. Right now, our drop is in the lower pressure pulmonary loop, which exists simply to swap out carbon dioxide waste for a fresh payload of oxygen. Out in the lungs, our drop travels into these tiny, dense capillary beds surrounding microscopic air sacs called alveoli. And here, this beautifully simple exchange happens. The drop dumps its carbon dioxide, which you literally immediately exhale, and it absorbs the fresh oxygen you just inhaled, bringing our drop back to a bright, oxygen-rich state.
Fully fueled up now, we enter Section 4, the Great Systemic Journey.
The big squeeze. Our newly oxygenated drop prepares for the most intense part of the ride. It travels back from the lungs through the pulmonary veins and empties into the left atrium. The atrium contracts, pushing the drop through the mitral valve and into that thick-walled left ventricle we talked about. Then comes the big squeeze. The left ventricle contracts with just immense force, blasting our drop through the aortic valve and straight into the aorta, the body's main highway. Picture the aorta as this massive tree trunk. As our drop speeds along, the aorta branches out into smaller and smaller arteries, meandering right through your chest and belly. Down near your belly button, it bifurcates into the iliac arteries, and eventually, the pathways become these tiny little twigs called arterioles. Okay, let's slow down the pace for just a second here, because this delicate, microscopic space, the capillaries, this is where the magic actually happens. The walls here are unbelievably thin, allowing our drop to deliver its life-sustaining oxygen and nutrients directly into your organs and tissues, while simultaneously picking up the waste products they leave behind. It's the ultimate exchange. Delivery complete. Our drop is depleted once again, and the pace immediately picks back up. It flows from those tiny capillaries into slightly larger venules, and then into the much larger systemic veins. Caught in this steady flow of traffic, it rushes back to the vena cava, spilling right back into the right atrium to finish its lightning-fast 16-second circuit. But wait, we missed something absolutely vital. Let's look at Section 5, feeding the heart muscle, the coronary circuit. We know the heart is this incredibly powerful muscle pumping out 5 quarts of blood every single minute. But how does it actually feed itself when it's doing all that work? It's a really fascinating paradox. The heart pushes thousands of gallons of blood, but it cannot drink from the very chambers it fills. Instead, it has its own dedicated VIP delivery route. The very first branches off the aorta are the coronary arteries. By branching off right at the start, they ensure the hard-working heart muscle gets the absolute freshest, most highly oxygen-rich blood before the rest of the body gets a drop. These arteries, like the circumflex and the LED, basically wrap around the outside of the heart to keep it constantly fueled. It is just mind-boggling when you pull back to look at the macro level. Just like a bustling city with its complex network of highways and side streets, this invisible 24/7 delivery system is operating flawlessly inside you right now. As this quote beautifully puts it, this constant blood flow is what allows you to think, speak, move, and experience the world. So, as you sit there taking your next breath, think about that single drop of blood. In the time it took to watch this explainer, it has already completed its circuit dozens of times over. Where is your drop right now? Is it in your lungs, in your brain, or is it just starting its 16-second journey all over again? It's a journey definitely worth marveling at. Thanks for joining me on this incredible ride.